Okay, so the topic this time is time series analysis in index number. Here is the list of content. Now, as we know that basically index number are used to study the relative change in the level of any phenomenon over a period of time. So here basically the time series analysis help to understand that what is the the trend, what are the fluctuation, what is the pattern of such changes whenever any data points are being collected for this purpose only, for which index numbers are being used. This time series analysis helped to understand that what is the pattern or what is the trend going on in them. So these are the main four components of time series analysis. So let us take the very first, the trend component. As the name itself suggests, that it's the trend analysis component part, which identifies the long-term movement or the trend in index number series. Either the trend can be upward sloping, downward sloping, it can go horizontal also. The few examples like where we can see or check out the e-commerce sale, or what is the employment rate, whether it's going upward or downward, so what is the nature. So that all comes under the trend component part. Now there are a few types of this trend component, like the upward trend, where it shows a general increase in the data or the trend over with the period of time, because there the value of the data will tend to rise over time. Whereas the other is the downward trend that shows a general decrease over the time, where the data will tend to decrease. The horizontal trend shows no significant change, then that is why it's a flat trend. It's a horizontal, and that's why the name is horizontal trend, because here the value of data remains constant. The other is non-linear trend. Why it's been called non-linear? Because it shows a little complex pattern where it can include both the upward or downward trend with the change over the period of time, and that change direction or magnitude over time also. So that is why it is a non-linear trend. And the other one is damped trend. Why it's been called damped? Because here there is a tendency towards a gradual decline in the magnitude of over time. Why? Because here the rate of change slows down and it almost converts into the horizontal one, where the rate will slowly keeps on going down. The rate of change will slowly keeps on going down. Like we can see, it's been shown with the help of these curves, where the damped trend is being shown with the purple line. The non-linear trend is being shown with the orange line, or the red line, sorry. The downward trend is being shown with the orange line curve, it's going down. And further, the upward trend is being shown with the blue curve, that's going slightly up, whereas the two curves are kind of coinciding over each other, and those are the horizontal trend shown with green, and the damped trend shown with purple. So now comes the next component, which is the seasonal component. Why it's called seasonal component? Because here the data shows a repeating pattern or variation over a fixed period of time, or we can say season, and that period of time can be on the daily basis, weekly basis, monthly or yearly basis also. These patterns are often associated with the calendar effect or the seasonal effect or the holiday or what is the season going on. For example, like when there are winters, then heating demands are so high. When there is certain festival, certain things, the demand for certain things, like in Diwali, there is a high demand for crackers or decoration pieces at houses. So it depends on what kind of season or holiday is going on in the country. As we can see here in this figure, that the peak has been reached whenever there is a demand. And why there is a demand? Because there is a season for that. So that is why the curve take this mixed nature. The third component is the cyclical component. Why it's called cyclical? Because here the pattern repeats itself after a fixed period of time. Here the cyclical variations happens, and they are the kind of regular fluctuation, and they occur after a particular fixed period of time. They can be seen in longer ups and downs in time series also. For example, I've taken a few examples here, like the annual rainfall, the recession of a country, where we could see a series of ups and downs, such as recession in 1975, then it was in 83, and then in 91. Or we can take an example of a general business life cycle, where the stage of prosperity, and then comes the stage of depression also, going through the stages of recession and recovery in the order of the business. We can refer to this figure, where the long peaks shows how the stage is changing after a cyclical period of time. For example, we just took the example of the business cycle, where after the prosperity, the recession come, and further it goes down to severe depression, and further a few signs of recovery start showing. And when it's being sustained, we can reach further back to the prosperity phase. Then comes the most unpredictable component of this series, which is called the irregular component, because it is completely unpredictable and got certain erratic fluctuations, and those are not seasonal, cyclical or secular by nature, so they cannot be explained by them. They are also known as random variations. Why they are being called random? Because they are completely unpredictable, as they are being caused by the natural forces such as wars, earthquakes, famines, strikes, etc. So they cannot be predicted before. As you can see in the figure here, that the curve shows a very rough pattern, because nothing is in smooth way, or nothing is in fixed order or cycle. So that is why it looks like this rough curve going on, not in a fixed pattern. So in conclusion, we can only conclude that this analysis helps us to see what are the main factors, reasons that affect a particular variable from one period to the other period of time, and it kind of gives an insight also, a detailed information that how certain things and economic variables are changing over the period of time. Okay, thank you.